Welcome back to today's explainer. We're jumping right in today because we're going to dive deep into a genuinely fascinating, kind of hidden reality about success. We're pulling directly from our source material to uncover why the exact moment you want to give up is actually the precise moment you need to push harder. If you've ever felt like you're just spinning your wheels while everyone else is somehow speeding ahead, well, this explainer is built specifically for you. We're going to break down the actual mechanics of persistence and really look at why pushing past that heavy desire to quit is the ultimate game changer.
So let's just tackle the elephant in the room right off the bat. Why can't I be like them? It's such an incredibly common, heavy feeling, right? You look at someone else's achievements, their soaring confidence, their seemingly perfect lifestyle, and it is so easy to trick yourself into believing they were just born different. You see the finish line they've crossed, and your brain immediately assumes, oh, they never had to run the grueling race to get there. But the source material we're analyzing today completely tears that assumption down to the studs.
The reality completely shatters that illusion. I really want you to internalize this. Most successful people were exactly where you are right now. The stark truth is that the people you admire, the ones who seem totally untouchable in their success, started off feeling the exact same inadequacy and hesitation that you might be feeling today. They didn't just parachute onto the mountaintop. They started at the exact same muddy, confusing base camp that you are currently standing in. To break that down a bit further, let's look at their emotional starting line. Our source points out that they were confused, they were scared, they were doubtful. Honestly, they were ready to give up. They didn't have some special, rare talent or magical luck that immunized them against basic human emotion. The only real difference is simply that they kept going when others stopped. They navigated the exact same fear and confusion that makes most people turn around and head right back to their comfort zones. It's essentially the classic iceberg illusion of success. The world loudly and constantly celebrates the visible results, the victories, the shiny rewards. But absolutely nobody talks about what lies beneath the surface. We're talking about the unseen, grueling battles and sacrifices happening completely out of sight. The countless nights of hard work, the failures, the tears, the crushing disappointment, and those really dark moments when quitting just seemed so much easier than continuing. Every great success story starts with that unseen struggle. Before the reward, there is always a sacrifice. Which builds directly into this core principle. Success is not built in comfort. It's built in difficulty. What you absolutely must take away from this is a complete reframe of how you view your current struggles. Every challenge, every setback, and every failure you face today isn't a sign that you should throw in the towel. It is actively giving you experience. Every obstacle is quite literally the building block making you tougher for tomorrow. If you're uncomfortable right now, it actually means you are in the exact environment where success is manufactured.
I absolutely love how our source captures this crucial point. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret can last forever. Let that really sink in for a second. Right now, as we go through this explainer together, there are people out there with less money than you, less opportunity, and less support who are fiercely fighting for their dreams. And they aren't doing it because it's easy. They're doing it because they understand the profound, heavy weight of this truth. The temporary discomfort of pushing forward is literally nothing compared to the lifelong ache of wondering what if. And that brings us to a pretty harsh but totally necessary reality about time. Every day you delay your goals is another day your dream stays out of reach. You've got to make the choice today. Not tomorrow, not next week. Waiting around for a perfect moment, a moment where you feel completely ready and fearless, is a massive trap. That perfect moment simply doesn't exist. Waiting for it will only guarantee that you stay exactly where you are while the rest of the world moves on without you. So, to make that choice to start today, we need to understand our ultimate tool, discipline. Our text defines it as the absolute force that gets you out of bed when you really don't feel like working. It's what keeps you focused when distractions are literally everywhere. It is the ultimate separator between dreamers and achievers. Discipline is the true anchor of your whole journey. It's not about feeling inspired all the time. It's about being committed to the action completely regardless of your mood. Now, contrast that directly with motivation. Our source is very clear here. Motivation will disappear. There will be days when progress feels impossible and you feel like nobody believes in you. Motivation is just a fleeting emotion. It comes and goes like the weather. Discipline, however, stays. It is the permanent structural system you build that keeps you moving forward anyway. When motivation inevitably evaporates on a hard Tuesday morning, discipline is the engine that is actually driving the car.
Okay, so practically speaking, how do we apply that discipline? The good news is you don't need to have everything figured out or possess some flawless, sweeping master plan. You simply need to break the overwhelming journey down into tiny, manageable microactions. Just take one step, perform a single action, make one decision. That is how literally every massive journey begins. When the big picture is just too terrifying to look at, you just shrink your focus right down to the very next actionable step. Which leads us to a fantastic new operational mantra. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. And then, as the source insists, do it again tomorrow. If you just repeat these small, seemingly insignificant actions consistently every single day, you will eventually create extraordinary results from very ordinary beginnings. Your future is forged by what you do consistently, not by what you do occasionally when you just happen to feel good.
Now, as you apply this consistency, you are inevitably going to hit a wall of frustration. That's a given. But you have to trust the process, even when results are painfully slow. It is absolutely crucial to stay patient when your progress feels totally invisible. The text reminds us that doing what others won't do today ensures you will have what others won't have tomorrow. You've got to believe in yourself and the work you're putting in, even when nobody else does, and even when the visible payoff is nowhere in sight. Think of your journey kind of like the timeline of a planted seed. First, it goes into the ground. Then there is this massive, long, dark struggle underground where absolutely nothing is visible from the surface. But incredible growth is happening in the dark before it finally breaks through. Your unseen growth is happening right now, during your struggles. Just because you can't see the sprout yet doesn't mean the roots aren't digging deep and making you much, much stronger. Because ultimately, the person you actually want to become, they're waiting for you right on the other side of persistence. The source material emphasizes that one day, all of this hard work, all these sacrifices, and all those moments you desperately wanted to quit, they will make perfect sense. You'll look back and realize that those specific moments of immense difficulty weren't there to stop you. They were the exact resistance you needed to become the stronger version of yourself, the version capable of actually holding on to success. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to carry with you as we wrap up this explainer and you take your next step. Imagine yourself 5 years from this exact moment, looking back at the choices you made today. Which path will you have chosen? Will you be proud that you refused to surrender and continued pushing through the darkness? Or will you look back with the heavy, lasting pain of regret, wishing you had just tried a little harder? The choice isn't waiting for tomorrow. The choice is yours right now. Thanks so much for learning with us today, and we'll see you in the next explainer